Did you hear that? Take a look at this. Look how pretty these cars look. And if you're wondering where they are now, well, sadly, despite all the efforts put into the production of these supercars, they didn't quite make it to public use. But why? Even with their sleek designs? Well, in this video, we will dive into the world of futuristic cars that, despite all the excitement and buzz, didn't quite make it. These cars were supposed to be the next big thing, with designs that screamed future, but somewhere along the way, things went a bit haywire. But before we begin, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons if you enjoy this video. Let's dive right in. Number 1. 1969 Holden Hurricane. The 1969 Holden Hurricane was a special car created by Holden, a car manufacturer in Australia. It wasn't a regular car you could buy. Instead, it was a concept car. Imagine it as a cool idea brought to life to show people what cars might look like in the future. Holden wanted to impress everyone and stay ahead of their competition, especially Ford, who had just released a successful car called the Falcon. So, they asked their design team to come up with something new and futuristic. The result was the Holden Hurricane. This car was not just about speed, it was designed to be visually striking. It had a unique paint job that sparkled, and the interior had interesting features like a roof that moved with the dash. However, when people actually tried sitting in it, some found it a bit cramped and not very practical. Despite being advanced for its time with features like a rear-view camera, GPS, and a powerful engine, the Holden Hurricane never made it to regular production. It remained a showcase of futuristic design from the 60s, capturing the imagination of what cars could be like. Number 2. TVR CBR Speed 12. The TVR CBR Speed 12 was a super cool sports car that wanted to be one of the fastest on the block. It had this really powerful V12 engine, which means it had a lot of oomph under the hood. People thought it would compete with other famous cars like the Mercedes CLK GTR and the McLaren F1 GTR. Now the problem was, the CBR Speed 12 was a bit too extreme. The engine was huge, and it made so much power that it even broke the dyno. The machine used to measure how much power a car has. TVR decided to make a few for regular roads, but they only managed to build 3. The big boss at TVR, after driving one, said, "Whoa, this is too powerful and not safe for regular roads." So, they stopped making it. In the end, there are only a few of these extreme speed machines out there, and even though they are rare and powerful, the CBR Speed 12 didn't become the success they hoped for. Number 3. The Kaparo T1. The Kaparo T1 was like a super fast car from a sci-fi movie. It was built to be really light, like a Formula 1 car, and it had this powerful V8 engine that could make it go incredibly fast. The people who made it were experienced in building top-notch cars, like the McLaren F1. Now, here's the thing. The Kaparo T1 had some problems. First, there were safety issues. During a test, a journalist's car caught fire at a crazy speed, which is definitely not safe or fun. Then, when the famous TV show Top Gear tried it out, the floor of the car literally fell out. Imagine driving, and suddenly the floor disappears. Not good. Number 4. The SARD MC8. The SARD MC8 was like a dream project that didn't quite turn into reality as expected. Picture it as a supercar, built on the bones of a regular car, the Toyota MR2 to be precise. The folks at SARD, short for Sigma Advanced Racing Development, had big plans for this car, intending it to be a star on the prestigious Le Mans racing scene. Underneath its sleek exterior, the SARD MC8 hid a beastly heart, a V8 engine. Not just any V8, but one with 2 turbos, giving it the power to roar with over 600 horsepower. That's like having a small thunderstorm under the hood. The car was built to be a powerhouse, ready to compete with the best in the world at Le Mans, the legendary endurance race. Now, imagine this futuristic-looking machine hitting the track with all that power. It sounds like a winning formula, right? Unfortunately, the reality didn't match the dream. The SARD MC8 struggled on the racing scene, never quite reaching the success it was designed for. Even though it looked cool and had the potential to be a handful on the track, it ended up being more of a disappointment in the racing world. Number 5. The 1969 to 1971 MercedesBenz C11. The 1969 to 1971 Mercedes-Benz C11 was not just a car, it was a glimpse into the automotive future that, unfortunately, faced challenges and never made it to the streets. Imagine a car with a heart beating in the middle. That's the C11, an experimental wonder by Mercedes-Benz. Under its sleek exterior, it housed a revolutionary mid-engine Wankel power plant, a unique and advanced feature for its time. The Wankel engine was like a secret weapon, promising not just power, but a symphony of futuristic engineering. It was designed to be more than just transportation. It was meant to be an experience, a journey into uncharted territories of automotive innovation. The C111 was a bold vision, breaking free from conventional design with a fiberglass reinforced plastic body, a first for Mercedes. This material wasn't just for looks. It was a statement that this car was from the future, ready to challenge the norms. The multi-link independent rear suspension, another first, promised a ride like no other. However, even with all its glory, the C111 faced a formidable adversary: safety standards. As incredible as it was, meeting these standards proved to be a hurdle too high. The dream of a rotary-powered Benz that could redefine driving pleasure had to be put on hold. Number 6. 1989 Ciza V16T. The 1989 Ciza V16T was not just a supercar. It was a dream on wheels, pushing the boundaries of what a car could be. Imagine a car with a heart that beats to the rhythm of a V16 engine, a powerhouse of power and sound. At its core, the Ciza V16T boasted a transverse-mounted V16 engine, a rare gem in the automotive world. This wasn't just any engine. It was a 6.0-liter aluminum masterpiece, intricately crafted with 64 valves and 8 camshafts. It was a symphony of power, producing a roaring 540 horsepower that could propel the car from 0 to 60 in a thrilling 4 seconds. Designed by the dynamic duo of Claudio Zampoli and Giorgio Moroder, this supercar was meant to redefine automotive luxury and performance. The exterior was a work of art, an all-aluminum body sculpted by the legendary Marcello Gandini, known for designing iconic cars like the Miura, Countach, and Diablo. The Ciza V16T featured a sleek wedge shape, exuding futuristic vibes that turned heads wherever it went. But, alas, even with its jaw-dropping specs and mesmerizing design, the Ciza V16T faced production challenges. Its journey to the streets was marred by slow production, disputes, and a departure of key figures. Only a handful were ever made, and the dream of a roaring fleet of V16-powered supercars faded away. Number 7. 1991 Vector W8. The 1991 Vector W8 was like a dream car from a movie, super fast, with a twin-turbo V8 engine that could make your heart race. This car was designed to be a high-performance supercar, meaning it was built to go really fast. Imagine zooming down the road, feeling the wind, and hearing the powerful roar of the engine. That was the experience the Vector W8 promised. Picture this, a sleek, futuristic design that looked like something out of a sci-fi film. The car had a wedge shape, making it look like it could cut through the air effortlessly. The body was made of lightweight materials, which is like having a superhero suit for a car light and powerful. Under the hood, the Vector W8 had a special twin-turbo V8 engine. It's like having 2 turbochargers, helping the engine breathe, giving it extra power. This meant the car could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.2 seconds. That's faster than you can say, supercar. However, as amazing as it sounds, the Vector W8 faced some serious problems. It wasn't just about looking good and going fast. It had production delays, meaning it took a really long time to make the car available to people. On top of that, the company had financial troubles, like struggling with money. Unfortunately, despite being a real poster car and having impressive specifications, the Vector W8 ended up being one of those futuristic cars that didn't quite make it into the driveways of many people. Number 8. The DeLorean DMC12. The DeLorean DMC12, known for its iconic role in the Back to the Future movies, aimed to be a futuristic car with a stainless steel body and distinctive gull-wing doors. This car had a special mission in the movies, taking characters on time-traveling adventures. In terms of looks, the DeLorean was like no other car. Its shiny stainless steel exterior made it stand out, and those gull-wing doors added a touch of futuristic flair. Imagine a car that, when parked, looked like it was about to take off into the future. It was designed to turn heads and capture imaginations. Under the hood, the DeLorean had a 2.85-liter V6 engine, which wasn't the most powerful, but it wasn't meant to be a speed demon. Instead, it was built for style and uniqueness. The engine sound wasn't particularly loud or aggressive. It was more about the visual impact and the feeling of driving something extraordinary. However, despite its cool appearance and Hollywood fame, the DeLorean faced production challenges. There were issues with quality control and financial difficulties, leading to its downfall as a commercial failure. The dream of a futuristic car for everyday drivers didn't quite become a reality for the DeLorean DMC12, but it remains an enduring symbol of movie magic and automotive ambition. So tell me, which of these cars do you think deserve a second chance, maybe with improved structures? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section.